Hello everyone, and this is my review for WWE NXT on December 22nd, 2016. And, most of the show revolved around the Fatal 4-Way #1 contendership match. But they started off the night with Billie Kay coming out, going up against Daria Baronato. And this was a decent match. Daria looked pretty good throughout the match, looked like she could... they made her look like that she was a force to be reckoned with in terms of a one-on-one, but she ends out losing with the aspect of Peyton Royce being out there, causing the distraction and actually throwing her into the ring apron area, and then later putting her back in the ring. She gets knocked out with a big boot afterwards by Billie Kay. Peyton Royce and Billie Kay after the match cut a promo on Asuka, and basically saying it's like, we're the ones who run the women's division, and that's going to happen if you continually mess with us. And they call Asuka out and everything in that sense. Asuka delivers a promo after a little bit later on in the night, saying that those two aren't ready for me. No one's ready for Asuka. And then they have another stare down with her and Nikki Cross. And it kind of looks like that's where they're going with everything. Like, Billie Kay and Asuka is going to happen at some point. Or Billie Kay or Peyton Royce is going to go up against Asuka. And this is eventually going to lead to this thing with Nikki Cross as well. I feel like that's where they're going for the NXT TakeOver San Antonio one. Is that it's going to be Asuka and Nikki Cross having a match. And like, they have the stare down and then they go right to Asuka. And she just has a smile on her face like, there's my competition. I want to fight you. I want to fight you. So it's one of those bits, like, it's a good facial reaction from Asuka and everything in that sense. Like, she smiles whenever she feels like she has good competition in that sense of in everything to go along with it. The Authors of Pain also had a match with a couple. I missed their names, so you got to go with the local guys in this one. I had heard about this a while back. That one of the guys got injured, and man, that powerbomb spot that actually caused the injury looked brutal, and it looked like they were going to go for their normal finisher, but the ref just stops the match in every sense of the word, and that even gives a little bit more era of like, not invincibility, but that aura of like, oh, these guys are just there to beat the crap out of people and everything in that sense. Like, they don't even care how the match stops or how they win it. It's just they just want to hurt people. And Paul Ellering cuts a promo afterwards saying he doesn't care if it's the Revival or DIY. We're taking the tag team titles at NXT TakeOver San Antonio. So you have that one kind of set up and going where they're with everything in that sense. That had already been made, so they're starting to cut the promos and everything to go along with it. Not a bad delivery of the promo. It worked for what they needed at that time. You didn't need too much because you don't know who's going up against the Authors of Pain yet, because you have to still have a match with the Revival in DIY, which happens, I think, on January 11th or something in that sense. I'm not sure. I don't remember when the match is actually happening. I know it's a little bit later on. It's not just like next week or something like that. This leads into the main event of the night, because, like I said, most of this was focused around this Fatal 4-Way elimination match with Ty Dellinger, Bobby Roode, Andreas Cien Almas, and Roderick Strong. They cut promos on all four guys. Like, they had these great video packages and cutting promos about like how much this match means to them and everything. Great, like, good stuff. Really good stuff to give the importance of the match. The match itself was a really good match too. They did have kind of rapid fire eliminations a little bit, but this was after like a lot of action happened in the ring. Like, Roderick Strong gets rid of Andreas Cien Almas, as it almost looks like he was about to get rid of Ty Dellinger. Then Roderick Strong just knocks out Cien Almas with the big running drop kick boot afterwards, and then it was Ty Dellinger who gets rid of Roderick Strong. This one happened not too long afterwards. And that led pretty much to the one-on-one time between Ty Dillinger and Bobby Roode. And these two, again, put on something really good. Like, they put on a really good match at NXT TakeOver. But their one-on-one time here came off really good as well. Like, you grasp the aspect, like, with the promos beforehand, cutting how much importance this was to all the men in general. Like, it grabbed the tension going throughout the entire match, to the point like when Ty hits the tiebreaker and then Bobby Roode kicks out. It's like you get a good reaction for it and everything, and it came off rather well. And Bobby Roode eventually does go over in the match, and he's going to go on to face Shinsuke Nakamura at the NXT TakeOver show. Now, it leads to believe, where's Ty Dillinger going to go? Like, it may feel like that he was going to quit NXT and everything in that sense. There's even rumor that he's going to be a part of the Royal Rumble. In some way, he's going to get his main roster call up and everything in that sense to go along with it. We'll see if that actually happens. But overall, this week's NXT came off rather good. There was only 3 matches, but then a lot more promo stuff to go along with it. Or, well, actually, the Fatal 4-Way took quite a while to finish, to go along with it from start to finish. It was a fairly long match, and they had good stuff leading into the match to go along with it, and stuff for down the road as well, like Billie Kay and Peyton Royce going after Asuka. But you also have this other storyline with Asuka and Nikki Cross to go along with it, and it came off rather well. And of course, the Authors of Pain, giving this aura of, again, continuing on to this aura that we're here to beat up people type thing, and it just came off as a really good show in the end, with everything. They didn't have much, but what they had there was really good, at least in my mind, and everything to go along with it. So, like I said, we'll see where they continue on with a lot of this stuff going into the NXT TakeOver show. I'm not sure when they're gonna... this is usually the time that they decide to go into, like, year-end stuff, like, over the next couple weeks. So we'll see if that's what they end up doing. And we'll see when they get back with normal programming and everything, and that's going to be the case as well. So, with that being said, that was my review this week for WWE NXT. I thank you guys for watching, and I hope you have a great day.